Soobin trying to explain ENHYPEN's humor is the most engine experience ever. Soobin struggling to explain why ENHYPEN is funny but not funny at the same time is literally how every engine sounds when they try to describe why we stand them aside from their discography. In his latest episode, Soobin was really fighting for his life trying to make sense of Heesung and ENHYPEN The Map. But I'm a bit worried that, my friend, for about 10 years now, they've been known for being unfunny. It's really not funny. Even after filming this, I've seen ENHYPEN a few times now. All of the ENHYPEN guys are quiet. It's really not funny. But being with them makes me laugh all the time. They're just so cute. I think they're cute and funny because of their unexpected quirks. It was so funny on set. Heesung is subtly funny somehow. He's not funny, but he's funny. Soobin kept saying funny but not funny, like he was really struggling to explain why he found them so amusing. And it's not the first time ENHYPEN has been described like this. It used to be a drag, but it became an inside joke that even the members referenced. Lol. Their dynamic as a group is just different. They're polite and soft-spoken groups, so they come across as quiet and calm. Idol Snack Spree, a show where idols scream and sweep shelves to get snacks, also teased ENHYPEN for this. They made a montage of other idol groups fighting for their lives for groceries called ENHA Young Masters for browsing labels before putting them in the cart. I don't know how to explain to non-engine that ENHA is funny but not funny, but Soobin perfectly represented how engines feel when they start standing ENHYPEN. Confusion, curiosity, laughter, and some cuteness. Lol. Honestly, love that. Love that for ENHYPEN, because like, I've watched some of ENHYPEN stuff and I will say their humor is definitely up my alley. I'm somebody that makes a lot of dad jokes, makes a lot of puns. You can see it through my TikToks. And honestly, I get it because like, especially as a guy, and people ask me, why do you like watch ENHYPEN? Like, I get their music, but why do you watch ENHYPEN? They're funny, but not. Like, they get my sense of humor. I get their sense of humor. I totally get it. I totally get why most of my audience here on YouTube love ENHYPEN. I've done a poll. Most of my audience are engines, which is both amazing and scary. I don't know how I got so many engines to be part of the kldrice core on this channel, but honestly, most of you watching, you get what I mean. You get what this person means when ENHYPEN is so funny that they're not funny, and so not funny that they are funny. That's ENHYPEN. That's really what ENHYPEN is. Like, you know, he has that uncle humor. As somebody that has the same age as him and as an uncle myself, like, it's very much uncle humor. And the 2002 line, honestly, they're just a bunch of goofs. Like, they're just so themselves that it's so unfunny that it's funny. I don't know if I'm describing that correctly. And then you got Sanu, who's just sassy. Love that. Then we got Jungwon. He just jokes around a lot. Who jokes around a lot. And then Nikki. I don't know, Nicky's adorable. He's like a little brother. He's very cute, very adorable. But yeah, like, ENHYPEN's humor is probably not for everyone, but then it's still charming in a way that you laugh. I guess that's what it is. It's not pretty privilege, before anybody says that, alright? It's not pretty privilege, but they're just like, they're just a bunch of boys. They're just the boys, you know? I don't know if a lot of you know, because like, I don't know. Like, if I were to pick, like, some K-pop groups are like, the definition of, oh yeah, the boys. It's like 17, BTS, and ENHYPEN. Pretty much HYBE. If they're a HYBE boy group, it's like, if you want to know what the boys are like, not the boys, the group, like, oh, you know, the boys, mean the boys, like the boys. I'm saying boys too much. ENHYPEN's content might not be for you, but like, you should give it a watch. I find them very entertaining, and if you are ever bored and you want to watch something just to get your mind off things, watch ENHYPEN. K-pop concert prices in the US are insane. I looked into buying tickets for ENHYPEN and $241 was the cheapest standard ticket upper bowl option. What? I already purchased tickets for J-Hope, The Rose, Extraordinary Heroes, and AT, so I was hoping to get something under 100 just to be in the building. But I'm not going to spend that much for nosebleeds, pretty much. I think the bubble on concert ticketing prices for huge shows is about to pop. Beyonce and Katy Perry aren't selling out, and SM Town has sold a shockingly low number of seats considering their lineup. Everyone wants to immediately vilify Ticketmaster, and they deserve a ton of criticism for dynamic pricing and exorbitant fees, but artists, or the tour promoters they hired, are setting their ticket prices and allowing dynamic pricing. K-pop fans spend a lot of money on our favorite groups. We're buying multiple physical and digital album versions, fan club memberships, light sticks, Weverse content merch, fan calls, pop-ups, award voting, coffee trucks, online concerts / videos, movie theater events, streaming content, send-offs, which needs to be separate posts on why we tolerate them stacking their fans and buying and making concert freebies. Oh, and do they really have to sell a corner nosebleed at that price. I understand the prices being a little higher. The shows typically have a higher production value, but I'm sad to see them start to price out so many people, myself included, because I think we all just want to go and see them. I've been to almost 100 concerts, and K-pop is by far the most expensive. I'm seeing a pop rock show next week that cost me $35. Have any of you reached your limit? Where does your money go when it comes to your favorite group? So the difficult thing when it comes to not just K-pop idols, but foreign artists going to different countries. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, so when a K-pop idol, let's say they go here in Melbourne, in Australia, they have to pay off the plane ticket. Okay, the plane ticket, renting the venue, okay, hair and makeup, all right, styling, lighting, promoters, advertising. Oh, there's so many things that they need to pay off, and like it's understandable why it's expensive. It's just that the audience of K-pop is so young that they don't really have a job to pay it off. The only way like the main audience of K-pop can come to a concert is that if they have rich parents, or the parents save up, or they have a part-time job that they do, and they've been having a part-time job for the past 4 years. And considering that most fans are like 16, it's very difficult to gain that amount of money. It's very difficult. And the thing is, for K-pop idols to like go overseas, it is also very expensive to do stadiums like Rod Laver Arena, Marvel Stadium, MCG, those type of concerts. That's why K-pop idols tend to go for smaller venues, because it's cheaper, because they are also aware that fans can afford that. Because there are some groups that are so big that they can hire bigger venues, but if they do, they have to do it at a higher price. And even though they are aware of the amount of people that are into them in that location, they still go for a smaller venue just so that their fans can afford it. That's how I think about it. That might be just a theory, but that's how I think. And when you look at groups for ENHYPEN, they go all out for their performances. Like there's so much going on, like the lighting, the graphics, the styling, the choreography. They have to pay for choreographers, backup dancers, the bills. Like K-pop companies, yes, some are like billion-dollar companies. There are, and yeah, they may pay out of pocket for it, but companies don't see concerts like this. Concerts are expenses. They are part of the business. And if you're doing something part of the business, you don't want to pay out of pocket for it. You want to pay from the actual budget, and you need to sell tickets at a certain price so that it's able to be paid off when the concert is done. That's also why we see a lot of like DVD and documentary videos, movies for these concerts, so that they can probably pay off the expenses that they are probably in debt for. Because there are some concerts that like K-pop idols do that will cause a debt, that will cause a deficit for the company, for the group, but they're still willing to do it just to meet fans. Whereas, for example, if I want to see 5 Seconds of Summer, that ticket is pretty cheap. Like it is pretty, like nowadays it would be like $100 to $150 for a pretty good ticket. Whereas if I want to see NMIXX, I'm gonna search up NMIXX. All right, NMIXX. I can't spell. Let's try to buy a ticket. All right, NMIXX Ticketmaster. All right. Let's see, where are they gonna be? Where are they gonna? I feel like they're in like Festival Hall from last time I checked, because it's a pretty small. Okay. Let's say. What? Wait. Whoa. Hang on. Okay, let's say I want to reserve seating. 18. Okay, I'm 24. Let's say that. Find tickets, right? Let's find a ticket. Okay, confirming availability. Reserve seating. Okay. Let's just take them. There we go. Okay. So $252. $252 to see NMIXX. And then I'm giving like less than 2 minutes to other options. Let's search again. Okay. Let's search again. Let's do this. Let's do all ages. Okay. Let's see. Let's find the ticket. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this goes, because this is absolutely insane. I did not expect this at all. What? Oh my gosh. Ticketmaster takes a while, doesn't it? Okay, what? Section 12. So here, over here, yeah, this is the stage. Over here, section 12, seat 62. This area, this for $200. What? What is this? All right, let's search again. All right, let's just go for the highest. I'll take 80. Okay, let's go that. Find ticket. $426 for a ticket. Let's see where we'll be. I was considering actually going to NMIXX. Now I don't know. Section 2. This what place? C29. So this is okay. So for almost $5,000, I would be right here. Would I go? Should I go? No. Now I'm considering. Should I? I shouldn't. Questioning it. I don't know. And just to put into factor, that was Australian dollars. 400 Australian dollars. All right, so that's about like what? 200 to 300 US dollars. Yeah. I hate inflation.